Hey everyone, you may have heard us mention in the last podcast that I'm going to be out of the country for a couple weeks. Dave is traveling to a couple different places for a couple weeks because he is a big boy verified YouTuber. So we're probably taking a break from the podcast for a couple weeks. So there's last week's episode like normal, and then you're going to get 2 warm-up compilations for the next 2 weeks. Please don't leave us. We love you. Enjoy these. Warm up going live. Warm up is live. And be warned and all that. So why are you tired, James?
I took about an hour and a half nap when I got home.
Oh, James. Nap bros. Give me a...
But I feel like sick from taking the nap.
Oh, it's one of those naps where like you don't hit the REM cycles quite right and you wake up and you're like, worse off than when I started.
I'm narcoleptic. I never hit the REM cycles right.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Oh, that sucks, James. Yeah, mine was one of those, actually like a real power nap where like I snapped awake and I'm like, where's the Google Calendar? Let's see what's on the to-do list. It's time. I feel like that's only going to last like through the podcast though. And so I will have like wasted all that energy by coming back to my desk to sit down for an hour. It's just going to drain everything out of me.
Do you hear that? He said he was wasting his energy on this podcast.
Glad to be here, guys.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. Really excited about the show tonight. We got a great one for you. Jeremiah, your typing's coming through with a lot of like garbled static.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like trying to cut it, and it was corrupting it instead.
Does my voice?
Weird.
My voice sounds fine though.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Is what it is. So
I heard it again.
So let's talk 4K Blu-rays. James, are you into 4K Blu-rays yet?
Nope.
Okay. I'm thinking about it. I'm real close. I can tell you how this came about.
Why would you get 4K Blu-rays? Because you're just going to rip them anyways.
You can't rip 4K
and then
Blu-rays.
put them. You would find a way, and you would rip them, and you would put them on a server in your house.
Well, I mean, Plex does support HDR, I believe. So
yeah, that's what would end up happening.
But I mean, I don't see there's anything wrong with that. But I bought Wonder Woman. The only version was available was the 4K regular Blu-ray combo pack because I bought it on launch day, so it was all sold out. So I went in and got that version, and then looking at it, I was like, huh. Well, now that I have one, I should just go ahead and get an Xbox One S and a bunch more.
Capitalism.
Well, the thing is, I could sell the Xbox One and get a One S for like barely any more money. Like get a used one or something. Like they're selling for almost the exact same amount of money.
Yeah.
Or I could get a One X.
Do it.
Now, I know when James says do it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good idea. It just means James likes to pull the little puppet strings over people. I was trying to decide if I should do a YouTube series for the One X, and I really don't know.
I thought you quit YouTube.
If you listen to my subscribers.
That's who I was listening to.
By the way, welcome subscribers, because I'm streaming on my channel as well. Hey, guys.
This probably isn't as deep as I think it is, but you guys know the theory that you're not truly home in a new house until the Wi-Fi's on?
I don't know. There's no way that's going to be
I've
deep.
never heard that saying.
That's just something that's something nerds say, but yes.
Well, okay, it's a nerd saying then.
Yeah.
I think it's true of computers too in a different way. You don't have your new computer rolling until Steam's installed.
Yeah.
That's when you know. Like your browsers are good, you're logged into everything, you've got your productivity stuff, you're good to go. Now it's time for Steam.
No, I install Steam like right up front so that it can start the super long downloads of anything that didn't move over correctly.
I was going to try and download stuff in the background of the podcast, but my desk is not set up for that, and it's like behind my mic stand, and I'm like, I'm going to either bump the mic Or I can't even see the screen right now. It's not going to work. There we go, Shane. Home is where the Wi-Fi signal is. I like it.
Don't know how I feel about that. I need to put some stuff out on the car channel.
Oh, we could do a special video where we detail my car.
Would you enjoy that? Because I did one where I saved the paint on my brother's truck, although now he's moving to Africa and selling it. So, oh
Yeah,
sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I could use your opinion on the paint touch-up too. Like I got it halfway there, but it's still a little rough looking. I think my clear coat wasn't applied well.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I mean, you're the expert, so.
So, well, I mean, I know a little bit more. I don't know if like an expert.
Therefore, you're the expert.
So my parents had an interesting day. They were going backpacking, and they have a '05 Honda Pilot with 200 and a lot thousand miles on it. I'm not sure how much, but it's had a good run. And they were driving, and the torque converter just gave it up in the mountains. And when it went, it took the transmission with it. So they got
the mountains.
Well, they were on their way to the mountains. I don't know if they were up in the mountains yet, but they got it towed to a dealer. They checked it out. They said, yeah, to replace all this junk, it's going to be like $3,000 to $5,000. So they sold it for scrap. They've had it for 8 or 9 years. They sold it for scrap, rented a car. And they're like, we're still going backpacking.
I love just the complete lack of like any emotional connection. It's just like throw it to the wolves.
Well, that's the thing is I thought they would be more let down, like, because they said many times they were going to keep it for a long time. I don't know. I know I get more emotionally attached to cars than most people, but
No, I kind of get that too, because as much as my Civic was falling apart by the end, I wasn't planning on selling it the day that I got the 4Runner, and they put a good offer on it. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting rid of it. Then it was weird just to like all of a sudden just leave it behind. That was my college car. Yeah, I got you there.
I mean, I cried when I sold my BMW. It was like Valentine's Day, I think, when the guy came to pick it up, and I just sat at my desk at work and just teared up a bit. And my coworker was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Nothing."
I'll never see her again. Like, what?
Now, Dave, I need you to go Google 1993 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Oh yeah, I hadn't Googled that yet. Canyonero.
So I went to a wedding this past weekend, James, or I was shooting a wedding, and the brother of the bride, who I've known for a long time, he bought an old Land Cruiser, and so he drove us and the bride and the groom around, like, to take some pictures at different locations. And the thing's got a tailgate. Like, it's pretty sweet. It's got a tailgate and a lift, and it's like a 4Runner, but it feels like the made out of cast iron version of the 4Runner that's bigger and gets worse gas mileage.
I think if you get a nice paint job on that, that's still a really good looking car.
The Land Cruiser?
It depends. Some of the the 93s with the silver paint, that's one of the most 90 looking vehicles I've seen in a while. Like the 1990s feel to it.
It is, but the thing is, like, you can get them with 250,000 miles.
Dave, look at this one here.
Yeah. See, now that still looks quite. It's like a Jeep crossover almost. I like that a lot. But it still has that bit of like 90s twang to it where I could see it being in the background of Red Dawn.
Oh.
Which was 84. So that's really pushing things. It has that late 80s, early 90s look to it in a lot of colors.
But there's the Land Cruiser. There's also the Lexus LX. So look up like a 2001 Lexus LX anything, LX 470. So that's the Lexus version of the Land Cruiser. Those things are also behemoths. Like, there's just so much room on the inside, and they're so overbuilt for American anything. Like, I'd buy one with 250,000 miles on it that was already beat up. Like, I'd be fine with it. This guy said he can flip the front, like the middle seats forward, take the back seats out, drop the tailgate, and he can like sleep in the thing. So I kind of want one of those. And then James, I'm also kind of...
Don't get a 300, please.
A 300 what?
An LX 300.
Why?
470 is okay, but the 300 it looks really dated.
Which one's the 300? You mean the RX 300?
Is it the RX?
The RX 300, that's a RAV4. No,
it's
no.
RX.
No,
Oh,
no.
yeah, that's-
I'm only considering Land Cruiser era stuff. Although before we got the GTI, we did drive a newer Lexus RX, and I gotta say, probably the comfiest seat I've ever sat in. The seat is made by Serta, and as soon as I sat in it, I audibly went, "Oh!" at CarMax. Like the salesman, I think thought maybe I was a little odd because as soon as I sat down, I was like,
you realize
"Oh my!"
people were still there, and he's like, "Why is he doing an accent? I'm right here."
But then, James, I'm also kind of jonesing for an E39 M5. One of the most classic sports sedans ever made. What?
You know.
What?
I don't like BMWs that much. That's your thing. You have your thing, I have my thing.
All right. But look at pictures of that car. Do you think that's a bad looking car?
I know it's a nice looking car. I see it changing you.
I've already
think
owned one. I've already had a 325i.
And you're
Right, but you
recovered.
escaped.
Escape. It was one of the favorite vehicles I've ever owned, you monster.
I miss my douchebag days.
Well, we haven't left those. I'm Mr. Manager.
Jeremiah's gonna have a midlife crisis where he goes back to like the old car, which automatically comes with the old personality. It's just like an instant change.
Like Billy Madison when he went back to school and he had the Camaro, and like his jean jacket. Everybody's like, "What the hell?"
I think the real question is, Jeremiah, with your big boy job, do you have the time to commit to maintaining a BMW?
I'd have to get a
Personal mechanic.
a house. So speaking of which, so we were kind of looking at houses, and
On a left-hand turn.
there was this one for garage and yard reasons. We got
He's only looking for a house so he can have more places to put cars. Why don't you
That's what
just
I'm hearing.
buy a parking lot?
I'm not.
Don't buy a house, buy a parking lot.
I'm not. Yeah, that's 100% the reason why I'd want. And Hope has reasons why she wants a house too, but that's 100% the reason why I'd want one. So we were looking, and we come across this place 30 minutes outside of town, and Dave, the house is kind of boring. It's about 1,500 square feet. It's a rectangle. It's in like the middle of a clearing, 3 bedrooms. Like it's the most.
Copy and paste house.
Yeah, it's the most nothing boring house. There's a 4-stall barn right behind it, which looks to be in pretty good shape. It's on like 10 acres. There's a hangar behind the barn. A hangar.
Jeremiah, please get into like helicopters and planes next.
No, Dave, it'll hold like 10 cars.
Or 2 helicopters.
What are
I
we gonna
told
do?
Dave
2
that's his next
helicopters?
backyard battlefield. When
Who's
he gets
gonna get-
really, really big.
Who's going to get one helicopter and be like, oh, I still have some money. Let's go fix this.
Well, one of them's the passenger, one of them's the attack.
Oh my gosh. That's like getting a boat and being like, oh, I still got some money left that I haven't thrown into the water yet.
Said no one ever.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm getting my plan together for how cars are going to go, you know?
We need to do a casual conversation about if we won the lottery, what cars would we buy?
Oh gosh, I'm going to need spreadsheets. I'm going to need time to research. James, yeah, you and me need to do that. I mean, Dave, you can as well if you'd like to. I feel like you're going to maybe show up for the first half and then be like, and I
He's
don't
like,
care anymore.
I'm buying a tank. Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
Dave's like, I've already listed out the Forerunner. Oh, Dave, there's a little check mark next to your name in the chat. Look at you. Look at you.
Oh yeah, it showed up finally.
You're
I'm real.
Mr.
I'm not a scam.
Mr. Verified.
I'm totally not a scam, guys. Like and subscribe. James, did you? I don't know if I posted this in the CSG chat, but Bohemia Interactive bought an old Soviet T-72 last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's amazing. Every springtime now, they have a ceremony where they like take all the tarps off of it from winter with all the snow in the Czech Republic, and they like fire up the engine for the first time, and they put it on a flatbed and drive it out to the country, and they have like a picnic day with all of Bohemia, and they race the tank around like at full speed. I want to be invited one year. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at this M3. It's a 99 M3, so it's an E36 like my old one. And it is in spotless condition. Good grief. The seats don't look like anyone sat in them, and it's a 1999 with 142,000 miles on it. It's silver.
I'm going to briefly interrupt Jeremiah's daydreaming, but it is almost 8:30 now. Are we podcasting, or are we just,
Oh, is that
just
not,
daydreaming?
is this not what we're doing right now? Sorry, I lost track of time.
Because I do have a busy night ahead of me.
What are you doing tonight?
I got to do everything that we normally do on a Friday tonight, because as soon as we leave work tomorrow, we're driving to see Uncle Dan. Grandpa Dan.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Uncle Dan.
James,
Uncle Dan sounds weird.
James, are you busy Saturday?
Yes.
Oh.
How about Saturday night?
Well, I feel like we asked you about this before, and you said you were, but I couldn't remember.
What was it about?
Dan from Alaska is in your state.
Oh, nice.
And we are driving to the zoo. Not near you necessarily, but a couple
No,
hours
that's
from
pretty
you.
far out of the way.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're driving there Saturday to go hang out. So
My daughter turns 6 tomorrow.
Nice.
Not tomorrow, Saturday. So,
That's a good excuse.
oh, so you're saying like you want to spend time with her or something?
well, she's having a birthday party and stuff. So, yeah, I'll be doing that.
Nice.
But I might be available in the afternoon.
What?
'Cause
Sorry. go-
I was going to say, after the zoo, we are planning on figuring out some kind of barbecue scenario. I don't know if you're a barbecue kind of guy, James, but I
Is
figure where you
James
live.
Is James a barbecue
I will
guy?
eat barbecue.
Well,
That's not a problem.
Oh yeah, but Dave, we can launch into it.
Cool. I wasn't watching the time either, just
No, it's
having a
o-
good old time with
No,
you
it's cool.
fellas.
It's cool. It's cool.
So, how do I answer the question for tonight?
Any way you want.
The question for tonight.
Very short main topic. Somebody left as a comment that I thought was interesting.
Oh, let me check my other tabs here. Oh, yes, this is my main news item. I actually had it on this computer. I forgot. Okay, yeah, I'm good to go.
All right. Let me know when you got that timer ready.
Oh, I should pull up
You
the doc.
will be waiting.
All right. Let's do it. Everybody ready to go?
Nope. Let me pull up the document.
How does the pop filter work? Is this working okay?
Oh yeah.
Popcorn.
I'm not hearing any pops.
Popcorn is the only word I know. Popcorn.
That's the only word you know. Okay.
I mean, I know some more P words, but it's a family-friendly show, so
Is it?
it's not at all. Yeah, I'm liking this one a lot better. Just not being in my face as much. What you got there, Jeremiah? Is that a golden pop filter? Did YouTube send you that?
Lord Snoke.
YouTube hasn't sent me anything because I'm not a famous YouTuber like you are, and you know that.
Did our
Are-
president send that to you? I'm just kidding.
All right, you guys ready?
We should just have one episode dedicated to taboo subjects.
We could.
We'd either gain fans or lose all of them, but that would be fun.
Or stir up thousands of views of controversy?
All right. Y'all ready to go?
Yep.
On your mark.
On 3.
That was loud.
1, 2. It doesn't matter because you're not timing it.
I'm really missing the simplicity of you plug in the USB mic and then you use it for 5 years.
You should be a console gamer then.
Ouch.
Where your,
just
mic
works.
quality's just bad, and it's okay because you know you can never do anything about it.
I'll never forget that time we tried to get an 8-person Last of Us lobby going, all of us in party chat. People like arguing with their wives and kids in the background, scratchy robot quality, constant talking over each other. The servers weren't working. At least TeamSpeak, when it's chaos, it's like good quality chaos. You can kind of filter it out in your head. On the PS4, it was just horrific.
Hey, are you guys mods on my channel?
No.
Why
You have
don't
a channel? That's not helpful at all, is it?
No, I'm serious right now.
I might
Shane
be.
is.
Okay, somebody's leaving extremely racist comments as soon as the video went live. If one of you could hop over there, and for some reason, it's not giving me any ability to moderate my own chat right now. If one of you hops in and says something, I'll mod you if I can. Hold on, let me ping Shane.
Yep. Reporting and banning.
Do you have ability? Okay.
It's good.
All right, cool.
That's cool. Retroactively deletes all the messages.
Thanks. All right, ready to actually go live for the warm up?
Oh, that was a good warm up right there. I'm feeling power hungry. Anybody else want the band hammer? Let's do it. Come on.
Give
All
me the
right,
hammer.
we're live. Live.
Give me the hammer.
Are you in there? Say something,
Yes.
James, so I know who to give the hammer to. Sorry, James. I have no idea what's going on. I've got moderation options in the Casual Shenanigans chat.
There was a
Here we go.
huge delay when I hit block. Like it took like 10 seconds for it to show up. And
All right.
I hit it like a few times. So
James is now a moderator. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna ban the out of people.
oh, James, I heard some bad language. I'm gonna have to time you out real quick. 60 seconds.
All right, Dave, could you fire off a tweet?
Yes. If you guys hear robot echo through Jeremiah's mic, let us know because I hear it pretty frequently right now. And I think I'm losing my mind.
Well, they're only going to hear it if it's coming from me.
You're broadcasting Skype, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm broadcasting my Skype feed, which has no robo voice.
Oh. Cool, I'll just suffer in silence.
Has the internet ever done that?
I should probably become a moderator at some point on our own channel.
Well, say something and I'll moderate you. You can say whatever you want in moderation. I hate puns.
Yeah, enough of that puns. Is it time for a cheapskate Dave story? Is we good?
It feels like it's that part of the podcast. The start.
Reel myself in here. I have a long headphone cable.
Do you know what I hate about Google? It doesn't matter how many times I confirm that I'm myself. I always get the notifications on my phone that a new device is signed in.
Well, I think that's just for security. I don't think it's...
But it's the same computer.
Oh.
So the lower parts kit, AR lower, I'm feeling validated actually for it was $30 shipped. And as it turns out, certain parts of it are pure garbage, like the trigger is pure garbage. The mag release was out of spec. And what was the other one?
Wait, so this is a Dave is validated story or
Yes.
Cheapskate Dave learns a lesson story?
Because the parts kit also comes with a pistol grip and like all the pins and stuff. And I was correct in thinking that the pins, like the ones that hold the trigger in place, like as long as they're in spec, cheap is fine. And because I was planning on replacing a number of the parts anyway, $30 was actually a good idea. The trigger was worse than I was expecting though. That's probably the only truly disappointing part. And the bolt catch, I think, is out of spec actually, because it's not holding the bolt back frequently. So I've now spent almost up to what you would spend on a branded lower parts kit to build the lower.
Mhm.
But I was able to select the parts that I wanted, like the mag pull, pistol grip, and stuff like that. So I think it always depends on like what you want to do. If you want just like a stock rifle, then maybe go ahead and get like a medium quality lower parts kit if it has like a decent pistol grip. But seeing I'd found a mag pulling on clearance and stuff like that, like I didn't care if the one it came with was absolute, like the crappy one with the little finger groove in it, that hard plastic one. So I wasn't going to use it, you know? So like $30 made a lot of sense. But yeah, tonight I replaced the mag release with one from Strike Industries. It's the red one right there. And now my Magpul mags no longer stick in the mag well. They also drop free when you hit the mag release button. They used to stick completely.
It's the small things. So
Yeah.
how much would it cost just to straight up buy a good parts kit? Like one where, even if every piece isn't the exact perfect one, but it's one where you're like just not really gonna have to worry about it and it's fine.
The main question is, do you want a customized pistol grip? Because the stock ones come with like all lower parts kits up to about $100, and they suck so much because that stupid finger groove that's like right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say for like $100, you could get a nice one where you wouldn't have to replace anything with a decent trigger.
But for $30, you can replace parts and do it yourself.
For $30, I got a mixture of crappy and acceptable parts, and then I spent about $50 on customized parts that I swapped out. Maybe a little bit more than 50. I'm still under 100 though. But yeah, there's a lot of options out there now compared to how it used to be. I just thought it was again, partially validated because the trigger was super disappointing. It has a couple different stages of take up and grit where like you start to pull it and it's like a consistent weight, and then it like moves faster, and then it slows down again, and then it grinds like there's sand in it, and then it just drops the hammer all of a sudden. It's like 4 stages of like, I don't know what's happening right now. So that's
Dave,
going to get replaced too.
Someone just showed up in my live chat and their username is Viking Warlord 13.
Brother?
Dave's about to get a little litigious.
Yeah, that's my cheapskate Dave story.
I don't know. I'm leaning on the buy once, cry once side. I'll wait till you're done crying and buying, and then I'll just ask for that updated Google Doc. And
I did already remove the $30 one from the list because I don't want you to go through that.
thank you. I don't want to go through it either.
Yeah, I knew which parts I wanted to replace, so I didn't mind doing a bit of research. It's kind of like, when you have a hobby that you enjoy the process, like that's fine. Like I thought it was interesting to go out to the range the other weekend and do slow fires with that trigger just to realize how garbage it was. Because I was always planning on replacing it, but I wanted to try it out first.
Dave, what is that red thing in the background?
Which red thing?
In front of the box.
That is half of a little cleaning stand for rifles.
Okay.
It has like 2 bars on the bottom. It's covered in ammo crates to weight it down. I put the lower on it, and I was using a punch to punch that spring out.
Nice. It looks like your box is wearing a bikini top.
I'm trying to process that shape. It looks more like an emblem, like a mask or something to me.
Oh, well, hello, a weird stranger. Welcome to the chat. Nice of you to show up on time this week.
Unlike us.
Wait,
We need to enable super chat just so she can talk in the chat.
Well, I gotta turn on monetization and stuff.
Yeah.
We gotta pick a main topic, guys, by the way. We were like,
let's ask the chat.
Oh boy. This doesn't sound like a good idea. Chat, what do you want us to talk about for
You were very loud, Jeremiah.
am I allowed to you, James?
Not really.
I don't know, Dave. In Skype you can't have my volume adjusted like especially different.
I don't
right?
think so.
My options are end call, send files, and block. Would you like some files?
All those sound like winners. I mean, we could use Teamspeak for audio if you wanted, because then you can just turn me down. But
I turn my computer volume down some.
okay, because on Audacity, on Audition, everything seems normal.
Yeah, I think Skype might be boosting you without you asking it to.
Samir asks, how about the new Intel processors? They're faster and more expensive. Next. Z28 Gaming, I'm assuming that's a Camaro reference, says, "Do you know anything about the new Xbox? I don't know much."
I can be said of a lot of things.
$500, 4K Blu-ray, more powerful than a PS4 Pro, probably 50% more powerful than a PS4 Pro. We'll see how the actual games run. It's small, it's liquid cooled or hybrid liquid cooled. So that's all kind of cool. Let's see, are any of them in stock for pre-order still? Apparently you can still pre-order from GameStop. Interesting.
Oh, and for you guys asking where Joel is, it is the big boy's birthday. He's like right on the threshold of old man now. It's like any year now, it's just going to be right to old man status.
I was gazing at him closely from the side.
Can we really not phrase it like that?
Oh, it's true. So I was doing that while we were driving together today. And there's some gray hair. Sorry. I was going to say something. Well, no, I was about to say something. And then I just saw a headline. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds just hit 2 million concurrents.
Yes, that is correct. However, you picked an awful time to trail off. So I was gazing at Joel today.
2 million concurrents.
Dude, the Chinese market for the game is exploding. I don't think I've ever seen a shooter take off in China like Battlegrounds is. I mean, I can't think of anything else that's done that for shooters. In the Asian market? Like, not CSGO, not Half-Life, nothing.
Well, in the Asian market, I mean, CSGO, but not with that many concurrents, and not the Chinese market specifically. Z28 Gaming, yes, the Xbox does read 4K Blu-ray discs, but if you want that, you could just get an Xbox One S if you don't really care about 4K gaming, because it also reads 4K Ultra HD HDR discs.
Yeah, I don't see any rankings for CSGO in Asia specifically. That's hoping for some data. But the fact that we haven't heard about it, I think, says it all. You actually can't find the data.
Oh, Samir, the spider is doing well. Thank you. It actually is doing its last autocrosses of the year this Saturday and Sunday. It's doing 2 more autocrosses, and then that's it for the season. I have some stuff to install. I have a short antenna, Hope got me for my birthday. I have these O2 sensor spacers, so I can try to get rid of the check engine lights. And Dave, you're talking about parts. I got ARP is kind of the name to beat in hardware for cars. Bolts, nuts, studs. These, whoops. Get back in there. These exhaust header studs and bolts, how much do you think this kit was? 5 studs, 5 washers, 5 bolts.
It's a lot of studs.
Knowing that I just bought that AR-15 Oops parts kit, which is like a handful of springs, that was $10, not including shipping. I'm going to say that baggie is at least $8.
$60.
I literally just tensed up a little bit, like,
cheapskate Dave. Well, all right, to put it this way, if you've ever snapped off a stud while working on a car, having good ones that can take a lot of power or a lot of torque from a wrench is a good thing to have. I have broken many bolts and studs while working on cars. I used to do everything with breaker bars because, more leverage. But then I broke a brake rotor on the RAV4 by over tightening the wheel and pushing it into the brake rotor, and it swing chunk.
Yeah, I use cheap parts on guns. So it's just explosives, like right in your face. Like, what do you have to worry about? Just small controlled explosions.
Small controlled explosions is the name of my sex tape.
I like that. I also got one of these finally, which has been pretty awesome for working on the AR. The little magnetic.
Ooh, people.
Because you have so many small little parts. Like that's 2 bolt stops and the detent spring.
People
cap.
use those for cars too. Now, did you get one that was made for cars or guns or anything in particular?
This is PT Performance made for cars. It was $10 shipped. The Glock branded version, of which I own no Glocks, was like $28 for the exact same size because Glock. So I got the PT Performance car one because they all work the same. It's a magnet and a tray. But yeah, it was really nice when I would work on each, like, the parts kit comes in baggies. So it's like, here's all your trigger springs and pins and stuff. I would just take the baggie, which are color coded for all that parts, just dump it into the tray, and then just it's right there, like it's not going anywhere. And I definitely knocked into the tray multiple times because you're like trying to, you need like 3 hands, kind of like working on a car, I'm sure, like holding things down to work on it. I kept knocking into the tray, but the parts went nowhere. Thank you, magnets.
Thank you,
Fill up
magnets.
the couch full of stuff behind me.
That's the takeaways. Thank you, magnets. Magnets are worth a lot.
Are they though?
So I looked at pictures of the RV when we drive in Iceland. It's pretty cool. It's not an RV, it's a cargo van, but it has 3 bucket seats up front. It's a Renault, 3 bucket seats. And then in the back, it has like a little table with this is the size of like a minivan. So when I say the back, we're not talking like a long way away. But it has a table with benches that have seat belts, and then the table flips down and becomes a bed. And then there's a bunk above it in something the size of a minivan. So the person up top has like, looks like 1.5 feet of vertical space. So I don't think claustrophobic people need to apply, but it looks pretty cool.
Nice. That's going to be a fun trip for sure.
Thank you, Checkmark Dave, for making your presence.
Oh, he has a check mark on my channel. I don't even have one. Ugh.
Still no option to order the play button yet. I'm watching though. I'm watching.
Wait, so you just have to wait for the thing to show up?
Yeah, the help page says, in the month after you reach 100,000 subscribers, the option to order your play button should appear on your dashboard. And that's literally all it says. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like a giant pop-up or just like all the other stuff on your dashboard. It's like a small little notification that I'm going to miss. But
do you have to pay for it?
No, it's comped by YouTube.
Well, that's nice of them since you make them a lot of money.
Yeah. Can't wait to receive it so I can burn the channel down. Cackle into the sunset.
James, I'd love to see what you do with the YouTube channel.
Would you?
That's the condescension we'd see a lot of on your YouTube channel. Would you now? Did we pick a topic? We did not.
I've been waiting for the chat to rise up to the occasion.
Oh, that's right. We were asking chat. Oh, here's a funny, we won't put this in the real news. Shadow
So
of War
fake news then?
Shadow of War is 97 gigs if you buy it. If you pirate it, where somebody stripped out the 4K videos and textures, it's 24 gigs. Apparently on the Steam version, you don't have to install the 4K videos or ultra textures.
It's good because I don't have a 4K screen.
But you have something you can super sample.
That's true. Speaking of not 4K, I am seeing that the Acer Predator G-Sync screen is on sale for $600 shipped, which is a decent price.
I saw.
G-Sync IPS. Would recommend.
Dave, do you have autofocus turned on?
Yeah, it's turned on by default.
I was gonna say you did that and the focus on.
It went.
Ooh.
See if I can get it to go again. Let's see. It seemed to work
There
pretty
it
well.
is.
Do it? Let's try this. Ooh. The depth of field looks pretty nice when the focus is actually correct. Ooh. There's Jeremiah's robot typing again.
Wait, so you can, man, I thought I had the activation point right on this mic.
It's funny, I'm not hearing your key presses, I'm hearing just bursts of robotic voice in the tempo of typing. It's
All right.
really obnoxious.
I will try not to type.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the 2-seat monitor thing. I was talking to Joel. He thought I had the TI.
Uh-huh.
I was like, no, I still have the stock 1080 from the launch last summer just because thanks to G-Sync, like I'm playing Wildlands at 35 to 45 FPS and it's fine thanks to G-Sync. Would I like 60? Sure. Would I also like keeping my $700 for the upgrade to the graphics card? Also, yes.
I'm playing Wildlands at like the same, about 40 to 55 FPS maxed out at 4K. Feels good.
That's pretty awesome.
Feels real good. I haven't overclocked the card yet. This is the first time my RAM is not overclocked, my CPU isn't overclocked, and my GPU is not overclocked. I'm just basic right now.
Boring.
Real basic.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I do have 120% sampling because I finally turned off TXAA anti-aliasing in Wildlands. I realized that's what was causing all the ghosting for characters that run through vegetation in the game. Downside being I've had it on since launch, and all the other AA solutions in the game are post effects. TXAA is the only good AA option in the game, and the game the foliage and all the edges look awful with it turned off. So I had to super sample immediately, but I couldn't deal with the blurry characters anymore. It sucks because the TXAA looks, for like screenshots and whatnot, it looks amazing, but as soon as the vegetation starts waving in the wind or a character runs through it, there's like transparency, like layering problems in each frame that's rendered, and it causes ghosting and like repeating frames and all kinds of just weird blurry stuff. It hurts your eyes. Some stuff moves around. But as far as like static image quality, TXAA in Wildlands looks incredible. It makes the other AA options look like it's just turned off. Yeah, I think I showed Jeremiah, I was going through some of my footage from the Wildlands PvP preview. I was having a really hard time tracking people through the underbrush. I'm not sure why. It was 30 FPS footage. I went back frame by frame. There was a guy that was running in a gully kind of parallel to me. And there were a few frames where, because of the TXAA and the vegetation, like, you know, waving a little bit, his face would be like split across 3 locations. So it was like blending it poorly. And I was like, no wonder I had a hard time focusing on people. The whole game was blurred.
I hear that robotic.
So it's just when I'm typing, I think it's just triggering the activation on the mic. I'm thinking Skype's just, like the way Skype compresses stuff is just freaking out around that.
Yeah, Shane, a few of the ghillie suit and some of the vegetation does still have a bit of a blur to it because the ghillie suit is rendered at like 15 FPS locked as an effect, and it looks blurry and weird compared to the rest of the game. But the general overall weird blur was the TXAA. And again, it sucks because like the static image quality was really, really good. So, you podcasting?
Yeah.
I got more springs to lose. I'm gonna go through that entire extra parts kit.
So, we're going to roll without a topic? Well, a main topic?
Let's do it.
Oh, all right. Seems kind of pushy.
What the man said.
All right, I'm just looking. Blah 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 blah.
What are you waiting for?
All right. We'll just talk about nothing. How about that?
Let's make the what are you playing this week a bit longer.
Okay. Sounds good. Ready to go?
Let's do it.
I'm not playing anything this week. Damn it.
All right, you guys good?
Yep.
You changed the live stream title, Jeremiah?
I did.
I still see Battlefront on Twitter. Just wait it out, guys. Don't acknowledge it. You only make it worse.
You're just jealous of her skills.
I refuse to acknowledge.
Actually, I even wonder, can Dave even lay down a beat?
Well, when you ask it like that, that's a challenge. Not can Dave beatbox. Can you even lay down a fat beat?
I can see Dave walking over, grabbing his arm, being like, da, 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 da.
Now, Joel, so because you're talking about fat beats, earlier, so I just want to let you know, the thing with slaps, okay, you always use it the exact opposite of the new way. So I wanted to bring that up. So you always say, is it slapping? Slapping's the old way, and that's okay. That's cool. You can use the old way.
Wait, so that used to be a way?
Well, not in the same way that people use slaps now. They are used in different ways. But slapping is the old one. What you would
How was
ask
it
is,
used before?
Dave, does that song slap? Or like Giancarlo playing that song. By the way, we're live for the warm-up. Does that song slap?
What would Dave say if that song slapped? What would you say, Dave?
If it was, in fact, had the property of slap,
I
would say that song slaps.
Would you? Would you say it?
I just don't think that's a thing. Like any
a
one of our
Joel
viewers,
denial.
do you use that in regular life? Have you said that to another person, a person you call your friend? I doubt it. I just can't think how you could bring that up in any conversation, like, because like people, like, I don't know, it's not like the old days where you're like pumping music through your, car stereo all the time, and you hear it. It's usually through your headphones. So like, how do you even know someone else's song is slaps?
So you could say this song is the slap. This is Urban Dictionary. This song is the slap. You got any slaps? Slap is tight music. Something
You got any slaps?
Now, this is something you can go dumb to.
I like that one.
All right, the frame rate's super low again, guys. I think I don't know if it's Restream or YouTube or whatever is just not having a good time here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stream offline really quick, and I'm going to drop the bit rate to about what YouTube seems to be cool with, and then I'll bring it back up just for the sake of
Sound like you're about to drop an album. You're like, I'm gonna drop it down a little bit.
You
What
mean
does that actually-
you mean
why
the
does that
old
even-
people in chat don't use that
is
word?
in the pudding. What the heck is that even?
By the way, Joel, props. You used that correctly.
Sweet. The modern version of the proof is in the pudding implies that there's a lot of evidence that I will not go through at this moment, and you should take my word for it, or you can go through all of the evidence yourself. The original phrase is, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Ooh, that's the original one.
And that actually makes sense.
Which means you have to eat the pudding to know what's inside of it. So, dang it, when I said it, that's what I meant, but the new version's all about, nah, take my word for it. People are not willing to eat the pudding
gonna
nowadays.
fantasize about eating that pudding. I'll get to the bottom of that.
People really have become lazy. They don't even want to eat the pudding. Like, it's freaking chocolate. Delicious. Eat the pudding.
Felt like we're reading too far into that, but yeah. Well, Shane, you're from England, so
Oh, so now we're finding out it's only it's a American thing?
It's a Bay Area thing. Honestly, it's a West Coast thing.
Oh, just West Coast. Oh,
But
so that's a very small.
but like in
small.
Well, California's
so
one of the
West
biggest states there is. It's like in the last 10, 12 years.
I've never heard it once in the last 10, 12 years outside of you saying it.
Well, I hadn't heard it either till I heard people from the Bay Area use it.
Oh, okay. So that's a small thing. Don't worry about it, guys. You're good. You're safe. You're safe from that word. You don't have to use it.
It is a lot of people. It's
That's just one area.
You're just one area.
The United States is pretty huge.
It's true.
Oh,
I just checked regarding our previous conversation, and those were the only 2 tracking numbers. They both appeared within an hour of each other, and they're both delivered now. There are no more tracking numbers. I think I'm going to email.
Shane, to answer your question, sorry, I'm not typing because I'm looking for stuff right now. I dropped the bit rate, so the the video quality might be a little worse, but I'm dropping the bit rate to whatever YouTube seems to be okay with right now. I don't know why there's a problem. It's never really been a problem before, but
anytime you see a door left open in a movie, you expect something to happen.
yeah, like there's no good connotation.
Yeah, like someone's gonna sneak in there to kill him or something. How
We're
movies
lucky.
go.
Oh man. Ooh, I'm hearing Angry Dave typing. Well, not angry, disappointed.
Yeah, I'm not angry. I know you can do better.
Hey Joel, welcome back.
Hey,
How's it going, man?
it's warm.
Okay. Next, the news with Dave. Joel, do you want to play the special edited audio clip thing tonight? Doing that tonight?
Yeah,
Okay.
I put that in there. I thought that'd be our main topic, and then we go into whatever else.
Did you?
Unless we had something?
Sure. Did you listen to it? Does it sound better?
Yeah. Yeah, I listened a little bit. Yeah, it sounds fine.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Oh wow, it's. Whew. It was a tad warm. Okay.
How warm is a Ted?
It's mostly just really warm in here because I've had my computer on for a long time, doing like the last like several days, just backing up constantly. So it's just stayed warm in here. It's cool outside there, but
It sucks. I'm having to leave my computer on all the time right now because I'm having to switch over to Backblaze. So like it just it has to just trickle
let it
along.
crank away.
Yeah, it's got like 4.5 terabytes of stuff to back up.
Yeah, I'm now at 9.5 terabytes for all the Norman stuff, sound, everything.
Nice.
And I had to replace a drive that Jonah gave me because another one wasn't big enough. So I just had to redo it. What's cool is if you re-upload similar stuff, it will check what's online already and will only upload what's new, which is nice. So it saves a lot of time. Oh man, I had a 90 seconds. What crap was it?
I thought that was gonna be the trash man, but apparently no.
No. How many months have I spent trying to get a hold of this?
No. You're right. You're right. We're doing it in the main topic. I'm sorry.
We could talk about guns.
It's so condescending.
We could talk about trash. You guys have been talking trash the last couple episodes. It's time to talk about real trash.